The following Jackass Nation production is powered by Cinelinx. Cinelinx.com, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx.
Live from Wakanda, born on the East Coast, straight out of Compton, he is a podcaster, pro wrestler, 5-time tag champ, current ETCW heavyweight champ, repping Team Fisher, the Jersey Jackass B.C. And you're listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. And now your host, B to the C.
Yo, it is what it is, and what it is it is what it is with the one, the only, the Jersey Jackass, your boy, B to the C. Hit me up on all social media at Real Jackass BC, that's RealJackassBC. Use the hashtag IiWiIJA to join the conversation. And don't forget, this show is powered by Cinelinx.com, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx. And a special shout out to our producers, the Offshoots Radio Network, where you can find every single Jackass Nation podcast. And this is episode 128 of It Is What It Is. It is the final stop on our Black Panther celebration. Now, we were supposed to have a very special guest. My buddy, the Urban Gladiator, the one, the only, Jay Washington, was going to be on the show. However, as you guys know, or may have heard, Jay has been in the hospital as of late. Everything is fine. He is recovering. He is actually starting to do shows again now, so everything is back to normal. It's just from the time he finally recovered and was able to start talking again to now, we have not had time to get together and record. It's very difficult with him living in LA and me living here in Texas, so we did not have the opportunity to record. But I know that I am going to LA in the middle of March, I think, so more than likely I will get with him and we will record something together then. So hopefully that works out. Everything should be good that way. We should be back up and running. Jay will be on the show very soon, and you best believe we will be talking about Black Panther. As far as today's episode goes, I know I'll probably do a small spoiler review of Black Panther. Don't worry, if you have not seen it, I will give you time codes and let you know when to skip forward. Other than that, I can honestly tell you I don't know what I am recording. I was hoping to have Jay on. I was hoping to find somehow to get it going. Unfortunately, we did not have the opportunity, so therefore I waited till the very last minute to start recording. So here I am, recording with no idea what the rest of the show is going to be. So hopefully you guys like whatever it is that I do put together. We'll have to wait and see. We'll find out. I'm just going to kind of record, talk about some stuff, do some things, and what I do know is going to be on is we're going to talk a little bit about Metroplex Wrestling. That's right, because it is the Texas Rumble. It all goes down this weekend, our own version of the Royal Rumble. Going down Saturday night. Let's check out some of the people that are involved here. Paul Titan makes his return to the Texas Rumble. The new prospect champion. Johnny Melee makes his return into the Rumble. Hooligan Ace is there. Ray Ortiz. Jason Silver. The Tommy Becker. Richter Reigns. C.T. Jones. Hardakis, Hakurakis. DTF's Machiko will be in there. Dave Segan, Prince Canoe, so many people, but most importantly, none other than Frankie Fisher has entered the Rumble. But word is that another member of Team Fisher may be in there as well. I wonder who that could be. Someone else in Team Fisher. Yeah, so the Texas Rumble, it all goes down. This is going to be an absolute insane match. There's also a couple actual matches going down on the show as well. It all goes down Saturday. Doors open at 7:30. MPX 510 Harwood Road, Bedford, Texas 76021. The after party is going down at Big Shots, so do not miss out on that. VIP Wrestling is coming back. 2018 is well underway, and they have noticed that VIP has noticed an influx of questions regarding upcoming events and the future of VIP Wrestling. In an attempt not to rush into anything without proper planning, while continuing to provide everyone with the best VIP. See, look at that, guys. I'm sitting here trying to record a podcast, an award-winning podcast powered by Cinelinx.com and brought to you by the Offshoots Radio Network. And how unprofessional can I be having my phone go off in the middle of the damn recording? I apologize for that. That was a damn alarm going off to let me know what time it is, because that's what most alarms do. But that will not happen again. No more alarms. Let's get back to VIP Wrestling. Like I said, in an attempt not to rush into anything without proper planning and continue to provide everybody with the best VIP experience of the best VIP talent, they have decided to facilitate a Q&A forum so that you can ask VIP officials your imperative questions, provide ideas to improve the product, and hear firsthand some of the exciting future plans. As an added bonus, they will be holding a few matches with Sammy Guevara headlining in the main event. Not to mention that this event is entirely free. Due to his motivations to go back to VIP Wrestling, we have moved this event. It is going to be on Sunday, March 4th at 4 p.m. in Haltom City at the American Legion Post 6555, the home of DFW All Pro Wrestling Academy. So, guys, make sure you are there March 4th. It is all going down 4 p.m. to 5:45. Come check out Sammy Guevara. He's going to be putting on a great show. You never want to miss old Sammy, man. Sammy's good people, man. I don't get to see him that often, but he's damn good people, and I do definitely miss seeing Sammy. Maybe I'm going to show up there just so I can hang out and see my good friend Sammy. But guys, that's not all. East Texas Championship Wrestling is gearing up for one of the biggest events that we have ever had. March 31st, it is going to go down. It is Team ETCW versus the Rabbit Empire. The rightful rulers will finally kick out those who do not belong in ETCW. You guys going to be there. I'm headlining Team ETCW. It will be myself, Max Muscles, Super Mike, the All-American Mad Dog, and the one and only John Julian taking on the Rabbit Empire. Kevin Cross, Karrion Arcane, Christopher Hayden, and Joey Garcia. There is a fifth member of the Rabbit Empire, but we do not exactly know who it is just yet. You guys are going to want to make sure you're there at the Wills Point Middle School Gym on March 31st, 337 Blakely Drive, Wills Point, Texas, 75169. Adult tickets are $10. Children 12 and under are $5. Doors will open at 6 and the bell time will be at 7. This is going to be an insane show, a show that you are not going to want to miss out on, guys. Make sure you are in the building to check this out. So, man, you know what's been killing me lately? This damn rain. I've been trying to get a lot of stuff done, and this rain has been an absolute nightmare. I've been coming home every night, finally getting home. It's been pouring down rain. I'm soaked wet. I'm cold as hell. Having myself some nice hot chocolate to kind of wind down the night. But good Lord, is this rain ever going to let up? I don't hate rain. I know Karrion Arcane is a big fan of rainy days, and I could be a fan of rainy days if I don't have things to do. The problem is when it rains, I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay in bed and watch Jurassic Park. I don't know why that's my go-to rainy day movie. I guess probably because of the scene with the T-Rex breaking loose and it's pouring down rain and they're all sitting out there. But for me, that's just my favorite movie to watch when it rains. I love to sit around and just get back into an old classic, man. Jurassic Park. God, that's a damn good movie. Speaking of damn good movies, Black Panther. We're going to get into it here right after the commercial break. When I come back, I am going to give you a little heads up and let you know how long the conversation is. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, you can skip right ahead. As well, speaking of Black Panther, we are giving away the Black Panther poster. That will happen later in the show. So make sure you're hanging around, and we will be back to give away that poster, to talk Black Panther. It's all going down right here after the first commercial break.
'Tis I, Ben Taylor, photographer, videographer, motion graphics artist, editor. You know what? How about we just call me an artist? So much talent in one person, it's hard to believe that God could have been that generous. I'm here to tell you the good word, the good message, possibly the answer to some heart-held desire you have. It's this: my talents are for hire. I am the answer. Contact me. Look at my work on Facebook and Instagram. Decide for yourself. You can send me an email at inknottaylor@gmail.com or just give me a call at 469-500-5270.
Cinelinx presents Channel Control, where Matt, BC, and I, Rob, get together and talk about TV news and give you our take on what's going on in TV land. We'll also take you channel surfing, where we talk about what shows we watched that week and what we've liked about it. Find out what shows have been renewed or canceled, or just find out what TV series has been released on DVD, Blu-ray that week. Channel Control is a weekly YouTube show, so head on over, subscribe, check out our videos, give us a like, turn on your notifications so you know when our new shows are up, and you can also follow us at Channel Control on Twitter. And now, back to BC.
Thank you, Rob. It's always great to hear from Mr. Rob Entropy. What we're going to do is get into a spoiler talk discussion about Black Panther. So if you have not seen Black Panther yet, what you're going to want to do is fast forward 15 minutes. The conversation is exactly 15 minutes long. So if you go ahead and jump forward 15 minutes, you will miss the spoiler talk. You can come back, check it out later. Until then, and then we'll be back for the rest of the show. So I'm going to tell you when, but you're going to want to jump 15 minutes from right now.
Step into the spotlight. Step into the spotlight.
This thing was absolutely incredible, guys. If you've seen my review, you know I absolutely loved it. And I think it may be one of the all-time best superhero films ever made. It goes up there with The Dark Knight. It's up there with The Winter Soldier. The original 89 Batman, Donner's Superman. It's just absolutely incredible what Ryan Coogler and Chadwick Boseman, as well as Michael B. Jordan, were able to do with this film. This thing is insane. And the rumors that after Kevin Feige first saw it, he looked over at Ryan Coogler and says that might be the best movie we've ever made. And I don't doubt it, man. This thing is so incredible. Everything from it is just magical. And the cinematography is stunning. Every single scene. The scenes down where they are, they've got the flower, the herb that gives you the power of the Black Panther. That thing is magical looking. And I honestly think that is probably going to be the Soul Stone. I think that's why if you watch the Infinity War trailers, I know Killmonger kind of burned it all, but I think that they have a way of getting it back, or something with the meteor that struck the earth right there in Wakanda is going to be a way for them to get the Soul Stone. Because if you watch the Infinity War trailer and you see there's a war going on in Wakanda. Like, they're in there, they're fighting, they're doing the damn thing. So I'm thinking that's the reason that they're there in Wakanda, is because that's where the Soul Stone is. I don't see why the Soul Stone would give the power of the Black Panther. I don't see where the symmetry between the Soul Stone and the power comes in, but I don't know where else the damn Soul Stone could be, unless Thanos already has it, but who knows. But yeah, that, and then when they go to the ancestral plane, and it's almost like a scene taken right out of The Lion King, which makes me even more excited to see the live action Lion King. But it's just so stunning and so beautiful, and the visions of Wakanda and how they actually hit it. I didn't think they were going to do the whole force field thing. I was kind of just expecting it to be surrounded by the jungle. But again, they have their technology that has shielded them from the world. So that's really cool to see, and I really liked how they did it. And the world they built is so damn beautiful. It's so technologically advanced, but at the same time has its roots grounded in history, and it feels like it is straight out of Africa. It is perfect. The city is absolutely incredible, and it's almost a character in the film, which is why I think the hashtag Wakanda Forever has really taken over, because it really is Wakanda. It's a place that I really want to go check it out, man. The culture, everything they've built about that city is incredible. I wanted to see more with what your boy M'Baku. M'Baku and the ape tribe are so incredibly cool. And when they first come in there, and they're crowning T'Challa the king, and they're doing through all this, and no one is going to challenge him until boom, in walks M'Baku. And they never really explain why it is that him and his tribe isolated themselves up in the mountains. There was something they didn't agree with or something, but it didn't really exactly say why. So he's going to go up in the mountains and all of that, but he said, you know what? Today's challenge day. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to take my rightful place as the king of Wakanda, because I should be the damn king, not this guy, not T'Challa. T'Challa whooped his ass. Boy, that fight was dope. But I thought, M'Baku was dope, man. When he goes back to him later on, he ends up, because T'Challa saved his life. T'Challa could have just killed him there, thrown him off the waterfall. But T'Challa knew his people needed him. And M'Baku is a good leader, so he let him live. He convinced him to go ahead and just tap out, son. And I really liked how that scene played out. It calls back to later on when M'Baku has found T'Challa, who we thought was going to be dead, and nursed him back to health up in his village. And it just goes to say, boom, this is why. He saved me, so I'm going to save him. But you could tell that there is that still, I'm the bad guy. And I believe in the comics, Manape was a bad guy. But he's kind of back and forth. He's kind of the I want to be the ruler. Not kind of like a Loki. He's not the worst villain ever. If he will do what's right, it's just maybe his way of going about it is not always going to be seen eye to eye with Black Panther. So I like that he got to come in there at the end, and that whole joke where Martin Short keeps trying to, not Martin Short, Martin Freeman keeps trying to talk, and he goes, you say another word and I will feed you to my tribe. I'm just kidding. We're vegetarians. His humor was so good. I love Winston Duke so much in this, man. But that's one thing I never really said on my review of Black Panther is one of my only other negatives is I did say that some of the characters were not fleshed out. He's one of those characters that I wanted more from. Why are they up there? What's going on? What has made them separate themselves? But he was such a cool character, and I cannot wait to see more of Winston Duke in more Black Panther films going forward. Let's see, what else? I also liked that it really wasn't connected to the MCU at all. You could go into Black Panther not watching other MCU films, and you would be perfectly fine. The only thing you really need to know were some things that happened in Civil War. However, they give you a flashback and show you what you need to know. Or they have the exposition on TV that kind of shows you a little bit. The one post-credit scenes with Bucky is really the only thing that links back to the MCU. And I loved that when they brought Martin Freeman into Wakanda and they're taking her into Shuri's lab, and she's just, oh, great, another white boy to fix. It was so great, man. Because I didn't catch it the first time. It wasn't until the second time that I caught it. And I'm like, oh, she's talking about Bucky. Because she's probably the one that fixed Bucky. Because she's basically the smartest damn woman on the planet. So, speaking of Shuri, I do really like her. And I said this in my review that I could see her taking up the mantle of Iron Man. Because right now, in the comics, I believe there's a girl her name is now Riri Williams, and she's known as Ironheart. And she's an African-American woman who has taken up the mantle of Iron Man, or Ironheart, or whatever one it is. But she's basically the new Iron Man character. And I would really like to see Shuri take up that role. You get her with those like Panther gauntlets in the film, and she's a badass, and she's really exciting and a really cool character. Letitia Wright is incredible in the role, and I would just love so much to see her maybe get her own suit or something like that, and take up when Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. is ready to head on out of here. But other than that, I would love that. I want to expand a little bit on that because I said it in my review, but I didn't really go in depth into why I think she would make a perfect role. Now, you could just bring in Riri Williams, but I think it works much better if you go ahead and just let her take up the mantle of Ironheart or Iron Man, Iron Woman, or whatever it is you want to call her. I mean, shoot, you can just call her Shuri. It doesn't really matter in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now, but again, I loved her character so much. She's so smart and so incredible. Let's see here. What else do we want to talk about it? I don't know where they're going to go with the sequel. I will tell you, I was really shocked when they killed Claw. When Claw died, I was like, I expected him to kind of be like a Loki, not on the level of a Loki, but like a Loki character that keeps showing up in different films and whatnot, and then maybe like the Scarecrow in the Nolan's Dark Knight, how he was in all the movies, always there doing something. You could always have Claw coming back and back and back. I love the character so much. If I was a bad guy, man, I would probably be like him. He's in this car chase. He's like, "What is this? A funeral? Turn on some music." I loved it, dude. And then boom, he just gets Killmonger just caps his ass, and you're like, dude. Okay, and after Spider-Man, I really thought Marvel had learned, let's stop killing our incredible villains. Because they don't kill the Vulture, they put him in jail. I was thinking, all right, they're gonna do something, and you're not gonna kill Michael B. Jordan because he's Michael B. Jordan. You gotta have him, but no. That fight, one of the coolest fights that I've ever seen. I like the idea that you had to do something to get the suit to not work as well, or something to happen there. So it was a little convenient that was going down. But dude, the move that T'Challa hits and gets him with that knife there, and he takes him out there to see the sunset. I'm like, okay, all right, like he's down, but he's gonna survive this. And he's just like, Nah, fam. Bury me with my ancestors who jumped from the ship because they knew death was better than slavery. And you're just like, dude, that's a deep-ass line. Like, that's legit right there. He just pulls the knife out and he's gone. He was such a well-rounded character. Michael B. Jordan did such great things with this character because you look at him, you listen to his motivations, and you're like, yeah, I kind of agree with you, dude. Like, you have a right to the throne here. You have a right, and you had a pretty shitty life. You're kind of going about this wrong, but damn, I ain't mad at you. And when they find out who he is, and they finally ask who he is, and he sits there and looks at Angela Bassett. Hey, auntie. He's just so leveled, so complex, such a fun villain. And probably, again, one of the best Marvel has ever done. Marvel has had an issue with villains early on, but now they have really hit their stride, and they're really going all out with these guys. And it's really a lot of fun to see all of them out there kicking ass, being badasses. And I've loved everything they've done with all the villains that they've brought forth for quite a while now. I'm one of the people that really loved Ultron. I understand why people didn't like the movie itself, but I thought Ultron as a character was really freaking cool, man. So I really think they've been doing a good job, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 notwithstanding, but everyone else, they've really done a good job as of late, really putting forth an effort to make these villains stand out a little bit more. Another thing I'm going to say about the one post-credit scene that I had an issue with was the one where he's in the United Nations and he's like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and share our technology with you. And it was a fun scene. It was really cool because, you got the guys in the United Nations like, bro, what can farmers offer us? And you see Martin Freeman in the back like, dude, bro, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. They're about to blow your minds. And watching it didn't really have an effect on me. I was like, all right, that was okay. Sure, that was a scene. But when you think of the implications that has, that Wakanda is now going to share their tech with the world, and you look at what Wakanda looks like, compare it to the world, like, how are we going to see this in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And I think we've already started to see it. In the Avengers Infinity War trailer, you see, Stark take off his sunglasses, and his suit is just kind of materializing onto him. A lot like the Black Panther suit. So we can already see that that Wakanda influence is starting to affect the world. So that's the only cool thing about that scene. Other than that, the scene really could have been part of the film. So, and I could have been saying this without even seeing that, because we already knew that he was deciding that, the outreach program, and they were going to go share their stuff with the world. So, but the big scene was the one at the end that we see that Bucky is no longer on ice, and they're calling him the White Wolf, who is kind of like a guardian of Wakanda. Bucky was not the White Wolf. The White Wolf is a moniker for a couple different guardians of Wakanda. So, and I don't really think of Bucky as a guardian. He's kind of more of an assassin, but maybe they're going to try and get away from the Winter Soldier name and go into something like that. Who knows? I didn't like this scene very much just because it didn't add anything to it. I already knew Bucky was there. I already knew he was going to get thawed out and that Shuri was the one that was going to fix him. So, I don't know. It just didn't seem like it did a lot for me. Anyway, guys, all right, we are going to go ahead and jump into another commercial break. When we come back, we're going to do top 10 movies that changed film. So definitely thank you guys for that. And don't forget, we're still giving away the Black Panther poster. So be on the way for that. That's still coming. So hang on, and we'll be right back. March 2nd. Jeebus. The award show that you want, that you need, is back. Use hashtag JeebusVC to put in your Viewer's Choice Award for your favorite film of 2017. You want a certain presenter? Use hashtag JeebusPresents to nominate them. And get ready, because it's coming. And it's the greatest show on earth.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
God, I am so excited for the Jeebus Awards. I hope you guys like this New Year's. Don't forget, you can still vote on the Viewer's Choice. All you have to do is hashtag JeebusVC. What was your favorite movie of 2017? Make sure to let me know. Let me know what you think now. I'm compiling the list of what everyone's put in, and there will be a poll that you can all go and vote on. So get prepared, get excited, get ready. Jeebus Awards are coming. But before that, in honor of Black Panther, we are going to talk about the top 10 films that changed the industry. Because you cannot deny Black Panther is going to change the industry, and it's going to change it for the better. It is something that we need, something that I'm really excited for, something I'm glad that the world is embracing like they are. But I figured, why not go ahead and look at some of the other films, compile a little list of what I think the top 10 films that change the industry are. So, I'm going to go one through 2, then I'll give you my honorable mentions, and then we'll hit up with the number 1. Go ahead and send me what films you think changed the industry, changed the cinema, by using the hashtag IiWiIJA. Let me know if any of these movies are on your list. Let me know what you think about them. If there's something I missed out on, let me know what you think. Let me know, and let me know if you like my order or not, because I like the order, but that's just me. I'm going to go with the microphone, so hey. All right, let's jump right into it. I got number 10 is Avatar. Avatar is a film that I'm not really a fan of. I kind of liked it better when it was Ferngully. Maybe even Dances with Wolves, but definitely Ferngully. But I cannot deny that what Avatar did completely changed the industry. James Cameron invented new technology for this, and we would not have the 3D that we have today without Avatar. And as me being someone who's not a fan of 3D, I would have been fine if we never had it, but I do know that it definitely did change things, and it made theaters adapt and change. It made home viewing adapt and change, and that's all due to what James Cameron did with Avatar. While the story itself is not incredible, but it's still something that's very deep, and it's a timeless tale. And so what he was able to do with the film, with the stunning visuals and the effects, is nothing short of groundbreaking, which is why it deserves a spot on this list. So, all right, number 9. 2000's X-Men. Bryan Singer hit the stage and completely revolutionized what we would know now as the superhero genre. Sure, Blade kind of showed up and he knocked on that door a little bit, but it was really Bryan Singer that came up behind him and said, "Hold on, man, let me get that for you." Kicks the door wide open and completely changed the world with that first X-Men film. He came out and said, "Hey, you can do a comic book movie and you can make it really badass, and you can make a lot of money off of it." It spawned an entire franchise. It has brought us numerous incredible films, and it all began right there with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. The audiences, if you think about, audiences really didn't like the casting choice. What's this Broadway guy doing playing the Wolverine, man? He's too damn tall. He can't beat a Wolverine. What about now? We don't even want them to recast. We just want them to not do any more Wolverine. Better than let somebody new play him. Hugh Jackman is the Wolverine. He's played the character longer than anyone else has ever played a superhero before. So, and it's all thanks to Bryan Singer and the X-Men, man. Like, we had Batman, we had Superman, we had some really bad Captain America movies, and a Dolph Lundgren Punisher. But did you ever think you'd see the X-Men on the big screen? And did you ever think that if we did see the X-Men, that it would open to $20.8 million and earn $54.5 million opening weekend, having the highest grossing opening weekend for a superhero film of all time at that time. Before it was Batman Forever. Yeah, all right, see, that's what we had to look forward to. So, it basically started the reemergence of the superhero. And, it was a $75 million budget, making almost $300 million in 2000, guys. That was insane in 2000. I saw it 3 times in theaters opening day. Not in a theatrical, opening day. I saw it 3 times in theaters. And okay, I don't know if I'm pretty sure I said this, but like I said, a lot of these are superhero films, because I think the superhero genre has drastically changed the landscape of cinema. All right, next up, once again, number 8, Iron Man. Now, some of these, I had a real hard time. It was either one or another. And there are other ones, and the ones that I had like one or two films that I wanted to put in its place. The one that didn't make it made it into the honorable mention. So I'll get more into that and why it did not make this spot as compared to Iron Man. And Iron Man changed cinema by creating the shared universe. Now, not only was Iron Man just an incredible film in 2008, it wasn't until the post-credit scene hit. Now, they weren't the first to do the post-credit scene. Hell, Super Mario Bros. Had a post-credit scene. God, I love that movie. But in that post-credit scene, when Samuel L. Jackson walks on screen, says, "I'm Nick Fury, and I want to talk about the Avengers Initiative," we all lost our minds. We're like, no, there's no way that they could be doing an Avengers movie. Like, that's not possible. Little did we know that not only were they going to do an Avengers movie, but they were going to do completely separate solo films that would then combine into making the Avengers later on. What Marvel has accomplished is absolutely incredible, and will never, I don't know, no one else has even been able to do it properly yet. The Universal Monsters shared universe fell apart after the first damn movie. The DCEU is obviously falling apart. M. Night Shyamalan is kind of putting one together with Unbreakable and now Split, and the next film coming up, Glass. But still, it remains to see how well that's going to work out as an actual shared universe. So the fact that Marvel has really been able to do what it is that they've done with a shared universe and create this incredibly talented empire that is now owned by Disney, it's insane. And I will always be grateful that first Iron Man film. Such a damn good film. If you haven't rewatched it lately, go back and watch it. All right, surprise, surprise. Next one up is another superhero film, Deadpool.
Nah, just Deadpool.
All right, sorry. I cannot mention Deadpool without playing that damn song. But anyway, so, Deadpool is a really interesting film that we didn't think was ever going to get made. There were so many rumors about it, so much thought about whether or not it would ever come to light, and Ryan Reynolds was so far behind it. I always believe that Ryan Reynolds did all those terrible movies that he did because he'd tell a studio, "Yeah, I'll do your movie. Will you help me make Deadpool?" Then the footage got leaked, and quote-unquote leaked, and that started a revolution that brought us to Deadpool. Deadpool came out in February and completely changed the game. It told you that, hey, you can put out a movie in February, and guess what? It could be profitable. Not just profitable, but blockbuster-type profitable. Hey, you want to make a superhero movie? It can be rated R. And it can be a part of a franchise. Because it's X-Men, still rated R, still made all of its money back, and then some. You want to make a superhero movie? You can do it for $50 million. Boom. See? That's how you do it. Deadpool completely raised the bar and set us up on a new... If it wasn't for Deadpool, probably wouldn't have got Logan. And Logan is probably one of the best superhero films ever made. All right, next one up is our first, not first because of Avatar, but next non-superhero film, and that is number 6, The Blair Witch Project. Again, a film I am not a fan of. I do not like The Blair Witch Project, never have, never thought it was frightening, but it basically gave us the found footage genre. And found footage is kind of a big deal now. And I couldn't do this list and leave it off. Because there were so many people when that film first came out, we all thought it was real. Like, no one really, it was before the internet, no one really realized that this was an actual movie, and they thought it was actual found footage. I have friends who played a joke on somebody who took out all the credits and stuff and literally played it for a friend of theirs, and their friend started screaming about they needed to call the cops to help to turn that footage in. That's what the Blair Witch Project did. Eventually got to giving us Chronicle. It gave us Cloverfield, which is a huge a film that a lot of people are fans of today. The found footage genre is something that I don't really like. It gives me a headache, but I cannot deny that it was a major milestone in cinema. All right, number 5, The Matrix. Again, movie that I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, I like The Matrix, don't get me wrong. I think it's a good movie. I think its sequels are absolutely terrible. I never thought it was the incredible film that everyone had made it out to be, but what I will agree with is it changed the game when it came to CGI. It's absolutely, it's stunning. Some of the visuals and effects that they put on in that film. And this one was hard. It was either, when it came to effects, it was one of the other ones I wanted to put on the list was The Phantom Menace. Because what The Phantom Menace did with effects was incredible. But still, The Matrix, everything after The Matrix had to have that 360 shot, had to have slow motion. You could say it almost kind of ruined a lot of movies because a lot of movies tried to do it and they couldn't do what The Matrix did so well. The Matrix did it incredibly. Other films were unable to do what it was that The Matrix did and make things look so badass. So I can't really argue with the fact that The Matrix really did make a splash when it hit theaters. All right, guys, we're going to take one more quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will finish out the movies that changed cinema.
Hey everybody, this is Trey Mack from the Offshoots Radio Network, and I want to thank everyone for downloading this episode. Check out our list of shows that are also on the network. We have the Offshoots, of course, which is hosted by me, and we help promote the wrestling shows in the DFW area. And every once in a while, we journey outside of our own little market and promote wrestling from other ports of call. The bottom line is, we promote wrestling. Other shows on the network include the Lucha Lounge with Steve DeMarco, the former PCW heavyweight champion, now a part of Reality Wrestling's Creative, brings his own perspective on wrestling and life. BC brings his own show called It Is What It Is with the Jackass, our entertainment show where the former 4-time MPX Tag Team Champion talks TV, movies, sports, and everyday life. Cheap Pops just debuted on the Offshoots Radio Network, and like this show, it's taking on a following of its own. Join Thomas Barnes and his crew as they talk wrestling, music, and hijinks. Split Decision is our UFC/WWE show where Tommy and Big Kev drag me into their web of nonsense as they attempt to cover the goings-on in the UFC and help keep me updated on what's going on in the WWE. If you head over to theoffshoots.podbean.com, you can check out every single episode that has aired on the Offshoots Radio Network, including shows like The Nigel Rabbit Show, Talking Smack with Christopher Hayden, Still Famous, God Makes Beautiful Things, show recaps, and much, much more. We can be found on iTunes and Google Play, so for those who have iPhones or Samsung, you have no excuse. Plus, we are on platforms like Podbay, Stitcher, Player FM, Podcast Addict, and every once in a while, you'll find us circling out there on iHeartRadio. Come like us at the Offshoots Radio Network on Facebook. Of course, other shows have their own page as well. Join the conversation, be a part of our small little world as it gets bigger and bigger each day.
All right, next up is number 4. We're getting back on the superhero train, Wonder Woman. Before Wonder Woman, we had films like Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie, Aeon Flux, that were just bad female-driven films. And women were put as as nothing more than just, sex icons in the in the films. Like, it wasn't about, but Wonder Woman comes along and completely changes the way we see women in films. And given what Patty Jenkins, a female director, did, something that no one would give anyone else a chance. We're finally opening up and giving someone a chance, and it's saying, look, this is why you should have been hiring more women to begin with, Hollywood. What the fuck is wrong with you? Patty Jenkins, again, changed the game with Wonder Woman. And much like a film that we're going to get into here in a minute, it has basically set us on a path to see a much different side of superhero, a much different side of cinema going forward. Hollywood has always been gun-shy and afraid to pull the trigger on a female-driven film because they think audiences won't go see them. Well, Wonder Woman has proved it. We're going to go see it. It is a powerful, powerful film, and I can't wait for the next one. And I'm so happy that for what Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot have been able to accomplish with this film. And my God, they have changed the game, just like everything else we have here. All right, next up, Toy Story. Oh, yeah, didn't think that one would come on, did you? Number 3, Toy Story changed the game. The first computer-animated Pixar film. Pixar made its introduction and completely blew everybody out of the water. Toy Story is an iconic film that we have all grown to love, that we all remember, that we all think fondly of. It is by far one of my favorite Disney films of all time. It's one of those ones, one of the few movies that one of the few animated films that I actually own. I don't own a lot of animated films. I'm starting to now realize I have to go and start buying animated films up because I don't have Disney films. But Toy Story is one of the ones that I definitely have because it's not only an awesome animated film, but the style of animation completely changed everything we go to now. And it's just such a well-done film as well. Animation would never be the same after Toy Story. All right, number 2. You knew this was going to be high up on the list, and it is Black Panther. Yeah, we had Blade, and Blade was a really big deal. Do not get me wrong. However, 95% of the cast of Blade was white. It was pretty much just Blade. So, yeah. We had Meteor Man. I love Meteor Man. We had Blank Man. I really loved Blank Man too. But let's face it, those movies are not tentpole blockbuster films. Blade, as good as it was not a tentpole blockbuster film. It was well before the days of Deadpool. It was opening up the door. It wasn't kicking the door in. But Black Panther is changing the game, as you can see with the box office, as you can see with the response. If you get on social media and just look at the response of everyone getting out and celebrating this film and celebrating African American culture and everything that this film stands for, what Ryan Coogler has done, it's enough to warm your heart. In a world that is so busy fighting each other, and we're always trying to put each other down, it's really good to see. That's one of the things I love about film so much, is you can see this here, and you see everyone get together and just enjoy something together. And that's what I really think the lot of us are doing. So, I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's before we get into number 1, let's look at a couple of my honorable mentions. Now, one of my honorable mentions is the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I had a hard time picking between X-Men and Spider-Man that really pushed open the door. And while Spider-Man set a lot of records that would take a very long time to break, I had to go with X-Men because it was that film that really just started it. While Blade knocked on the door, the X-Men came along and just opened the door and walked in. Spider-Man may have booted that thing down, but Spider-Man wouldn't have been able to had it not been for Bryan Singer and the X-Men. So, Next up was Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That gets an honorable mention, and that was one of the ones I had an issue with The Matrix, with CGI, because I think Rise of the Planet of the Apes has changed the game again with CGI, with what Andy Serkis and his company have been able to do with motion capture. And you think about Gollum in Lord of the Rings and King Kong, Peter Jackson's King Kong, and even now Kong Skull Island, Smaug in The Hobbit. This is all thanks to Andy Serkis. Not Lord of the Rings came before Rise of the Planet of the Apes, but it really, seeing that ape in Rise is just, it's insane. I honestly believe that Andy Serkis is actually the ape and the person is, a costume or something. But anyway, next up, honorable mention was The Avengers. The Avengers was one I was going to put in over Iron Man, but I decided to go with Iron Man instead because it was a look at either the one that started the shared universe or where we got to see exactly what it was they were going for. And I think the start of the shared universe was a little more important because we were building toward the Avengers, but we didn't know. We knew when we started building, when the Avengers got here, we knew that that's what we were building to. When Iron Man hit, we did not know what it was we were building for and what we had in store for us and what Kevin Feige was prepared to do. And that's why I think Iron Man got the edge out just a little bit over Avengers. Scream, the meta horror film, really took the horror genre and flipped it on its edge and made a good scary movie that was still kind of almost a parody of the genre itself, but it was still a well-written, well-developed film and really redefined the slasher genre. So that's why it's getting an honorable mention here. All right, now the final honorable mention was the hardest one I had to do because I could not figure out which one of these two films I really wanted to put in there. It was one or the other. And this one I actually like. My honorable mention I like more. And it's actually one of my favorite films. But I had to give it to the other one that really redefined this. And this honorable mention is Star Wars. Because Star Wars helped redefine and give us the blockbuster. But it was only partially responsible for that. The real winner of that, the one that really gave us the blockbuster and started it, and the word blockbuster was formed, I think, after this film when people were lined up around the block to see it. I think that's where we got the title blockbuster, if I'm not mistaken. And that goes to Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Jaws made an entire generation of people terrified to go into the water. We had people going out hunting sharks because of this movie. It's a movie, and we felt that sharks were going to kill us. This is what Jaws was able to accomplish on the budget they had, with the problems that they had. The shark never worked. That's the only reason we never got to see the shark is because it didn't work while they were recording it. It's absolutely, positively insane. I could not believe that. But Jaws is on a whole nother level, gave us the blockbuster, gave us the landscape of what film is that we know today, changed the game completely. So that's why our number one movie that changed cinema goes out to Jaws. Anyway, guys, do you agree with my list? Do you think I should have changed something? What should have gone where? Make sure to let me know. Use the hashtag IiWiIJA to join the conversation. We're going to take another quick commercial break, and we'll be back with some box office predictions. And we're going to give away that Black Panther poster.
Hey, guys, I'm Jason X.
And I'm Cora.
And thanks for listening to It Is What It Is.
But if you'd like to be enticed visually and audioly...
Audioly?
It's a word, we're in the South.
Okay, I'll let you have it. You can watch us Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central, youtube.com/SCNS Live.
You can also check us out everywhere else on the internet, on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SCNS Live.
So like our page, follow us, and watch our show.
And of course, keep on nerding.
Hi, Hi, my name is Dr. Jordan Hart, and I am the owner and sole doctor at Athletic Edge Chiropractic. And at Athletic Edge, we offer a variety of services to help you basically be the best that you can be. So we are a chiropractic office. We offer full chiropractic services, including extremity work, as well as a variety of soft tissue techniques and deep tissue laser therapy. So if you're in need of some body work, give me a call. 214-883-9550. My email is drhartdfw@gmail.com.
All right, time for the box office. And goddamn, did we have a hell of a weekend at the box office. All right, so I had Greatest Showman hitting the number 5 spot with about $5 million. Jumanji coming in the number 4 spot with about $7 million. 50 Shades hitting $15 million for the number 3 spot. And then Peter Rabbit at the number 2 spot with a little more, but still 15. And then, of course, Black Panther hitting that number 1 spot at $200 million. Well, guys, I gotta say, I did pretty damn good. Black Panther hit $202 million on the 3-day weekend. That is insane. To actually do it in February, that's a major milestone. It broke like every single record on the planet. Let me see if I can pull up all the damn records that it did. Give me 1 second here. Let me see. Okay. All right. So it earned $75.8 million on its opening day. And that's opening day, $7.5 million. That's including the $25 million from Thursday night. And those $25 million from Thursday night is it's one of the most insane things that any film has done. I believe it was the highest. I got to keep looking here. Hang on. I mean, it if I'm not mistaken, it destroyed the 4-day too. Okay, let's see here. So in the actual 4-day weekend, because Monday was a holiday, Monday was President's Day, Black Panther made $242 million domestically. It was estimated at making $165 million right before we got to Thursday. $242 million is the second highest 4-day opening of all time, right behind Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Let's see here. What else did it do? It had the highest Monday and second highest grossing Sunday opening in history. It is also to snag the honor for the second highest grossing film of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for a Tuesday. That's kind of a random one, but okay. It is the fifth largest opening of all time. It is the largest opening for February. The largest winter season opening, the largest President's Day weekend opening, the largest Thursday preview gross in a month, $25.2 million. The previous title holder was Deadpool. Actually, Deadpool had all those honors until now. So, yeah, I mean, it is just slaughtering the box office. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't see it slowing down, but let's go ahead and look at some of the other films that hit in there. Now, Peter Rabbit did come in at number 2, bringing in $17,500,000. 50 Shades Freed came in at number 3, bringing in $17,300,000. So I was a good $2 million off there, but still pretty good numbers there. Jumanji hit that number 4 spot, bringing in $7 million. Just like I expected. Greatest Showman did bring in 5, just like I thought it would, but the 15-17 to Paris actually brought in $7 million itself. So that was able to sneak in there and take that number 5 spot. So looking at the box office now is going to be pretty interesting. We got a lot of stuff that is really going to drop off and change up a little bit and make some differences here. Greatest Showman, definitely gone. 50 Shades, definitely gone. Let's see. So that's going to make 5 right there. Okay, so opening up this week, now we're going to add in Game Night. Game Night is the new... Oh, God, what is his damn name? Oh, that's going to annoy me. Come on, think of it. Think of it before you get to it. Think of it before you get to it. I don't think I'm going to get to it, guys. I think I'm going to get to it, and I'm just going to have to... Jason Bateman. Damn, I should have known that. Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams comedy film. I do know that Matt Quad C is getting to see it, so he will probably have a review up for it at some point, so make sure to be checking Cinelinx out for that. And then we also have Annihilation hitting theaters, the new Natalie Portman film, which looks really interesting. I'm gonna have a hard time. I gotta see both these movies this weekend. I'm really excited for both of them, so definitely gonna catch those. Speaking of movies, my review of Red Sparrow will be up probably Saturday. That's gonna be my assumption. I think it may be on Friday, but it will probably be Saturday. So that doesn't come out till next week. That's neither here nor there. So, all right. So we're looking at the box office. I think Jumanji is going to drop down to the number 5 spot, pull in about $3 million. Peter Rabbit will hit that number 4 spot with around $7 million. I think Annihilation is good enough to pull in about 12. Natalie Portman's got a good, maybe 12 or 10, somewhere in there. Natalie Portman's got a good following. People are going to want to go and see that. Game Night, good comedy, possibly could rake in about $15 million. The big thing is, what is Black Panther going to do? Because Black Panther's going to stay at that number 1 spot. So again, I do have Black Panther at 1, Game Night at 2, Annihilation at 3, Peter Rabbit at 4, and Jumanji at 5. What is Black Panther going to do his second weekend? I think it's going to have a very, very, very small drop-off. I think we're going to hit the $140 to $150 million mark, because this is such a great film, and the the damn word of mouth is incredible in the film. So people are going to want to get out and they're going to want to see this movie. Seriously, it has made more already than Justice League made in its entire run. It has made about $50 million more than Avengers has made in 5 days. So it is on track to absolutely kill everything. It is on par with Star Wars: The Last Jedi right now. So that's pretty damn good. You're hanging in there with Star Wars. You're doing pretty damn good, son. So really exciting to see. Those are my box office predictions, guys. What do you guys think the box office is going to hit? Now, what we are going to do is, speaking of Black Panther, we're going to give away the Black Panther double-sided poster. You've been seeing me posting it. You want to know who's got? I asked you to tweet in what you thought Black Panther was going to get, and the winner is going to go to Jason at the Playmaker06. Jason tweeted in, Black Panther movie will have the highest opening weekend at the box office ever at $260 million. My prediction, Black Panther, and if I predict it right, someone PayPal me $500. If you had got it right, I would have sent you the poster and the $500, buddy. But you didn't get it exactly right. You were a little high. That's okay, because it was worth it. I wish it would have made $260 million. You did win yourself a Black Panther double-sided poster. So go ahead and send me a message, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter. DM me and send me your address, and I will get this poster sent out to you. Guys, big changes are coming as the Jeebus Awards get closer and closer and closer. They will be the first official Jackass Nation podcast that is only available on the Offshoots Radio Network. The Jackass Nation Podbean channel is shutting down. So the Jackass, if you're listening to this on the Jackass Nation Podbean Podbean, God, what is the word? Feed. That's really hard to say. Podbean feed. you're going to want to switch over to the Offshoots Radio Network feed, which can be found anywhere that podcasts are found. It is much more, you can see it in much more different places. Not to mention, I am on the Offshoots main show tomorrow, so make sure to check that out. Me and Trey Mack got to talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. It was supposed to be, we're going to just kind of preview the Jeebus Awards, and then we just, when me and Trey get together, we just start talking, we just start BSing, and we had a good time catching up and talking a whole bunch of different topics. So make sure you check out the Offshoots main show on the Offshoots Radio Network, wherever podcasts are found. Starting on March 2nd, that will be the only place to find Jackass Nation podcast shows. Now, that doesn't mean we won't still be on Cinelinx.com. There will still be the link and the and everything up on Cinelinx.com. We will always be, from now on, we will always be powered by Cinelinx.com. Speaking of .com, every show right here on the Jackass Nation is always absolutely free of charge for you, the audience, the listeners. I want to make sure that you never have to spend any money, and you always get to listen to any and everything that I put out there absolutely free. And I get to do that because of great sponsors. Sponsors like Amazon.com. Now, you already know what Amazon is, and to help out the Jackass Nation, all you have to do is click the link in the description of this podcast below. It will take you to Amazon.com, and Amazon will kick back a couple dollars for all the production costs just because you found, quote unquote, Amazon.com through the Jackass Nation. Go down to that link, click that Amazon.com link in the description of this podcast, and you'll send you straight to your Amazon. You're already logged in, you're getting points for everything you're buying, but because you click that link, they're saying, hey, they listen to the Jackass Nation. Let's continue to make sure they get to continually listen to the Jackass Nation absolutely free of charge. Now, you can bookmark that link. That way, next time you just got to go click on your bookmarks, click on your save links, boom, click it, it sends you there. But always make sure you're going there through the Jackass Nation, because that's the way that it helps out the podcast and keeps absolutely everything free of charge. Amazon.com gives you everything that you need. They are the world's most customer-centric company, and they are building a place where you can go and find and discover anything that you might want or need online. Whether it's Christmas presents, whether it's birthday presents, whether it's just something you want to get for yourself, you want to go to Amazon.com. And when you do so, click that link in the description of this podcast below, and you will be helping keep the Jackass Nation completely free of charge. All right, guys, it is time that I get up out of here. I hope you enjoyed this show, whatever it was that I put on there. I don't really remember. I mean, I still don't know what I'm going to put on, filming this before, but you're recording this before, whatever it is. You know how it goes. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope I put together a full episode that gave you guys enough to talk about. I hope you really enjoyed the Black Panther Spotlight. I'm going to get Jay Washington on. Just got to find the time to record. It's really difficult with him living in LA, me living here. Both of us have such busy lives, but I'm going to be in LA soon. So hopefully we can sit down and just kind of talk some stuff and have a good time talking there. So anyway, guys, y'all know how to hit me up at Real Jackass B.C, RealJackassBC on all social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anything, whatever it is you want to listen to, hit me up there. Don't forget to check out Cinelinx.com for any news, reviews, editorials, and more. Channel Control this weekend. What the Force is going to be on tomorrow night, but it's going to be a lot earlier. I think we're going to air at like 6 o'clock on Dweeb Factory or Cinelinx or wherever it is. Just keep an eye on my social media. It's just going to be the BC and Zach show. We're just going to talk a little bit because we have a recording of UGF we got to get done. We're doing the new tournament that I'm going to go and wreck shop at, so definitely get prepared for that. But What the Force will be up and live tomorrow night. Channel Control will be back this weekend, and I'll be back in studio. And I will definitely be at the Texas Rumble, so make sure you guys are there. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. And don't forget to check out Big Shots after. All right, you guys hear that go home music. I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all make sure to join the conversation. Hashtag IiWiIJA. And as always, it is what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily reflect those of the Offshoots Radio Network or Cinelinx.com. Don't forget to follow BC on Twitter at Real Jackass BC, RealJackassBC. We'll see you next time.